Do this instead of setting crazy goals. Welcome to our channel, the Enchanted Luxury Studio, where we talk about wealth and luxury. It is imperative to understand that success does not come so easily. It needs to go through a series of smaller victories. Sometimes our attention becomes too focused on the distant endgame that we forget the process. Unfortunately, because of this reason, many people fail to achieve the result they desire. Even though our channel is still relevantly new, here at Enchanted Luxury Studio, we aspire to achieve our ultimate goal. We intend to grow with you, so let's all look up the effective steps to achieve our goals. Let's do this instead of setting crazy goals. Inputs over outcomes. Inputs are more important than outcomes. Yes, you should focus more on the inputs because these are the realistic stepping stones towards your end goal. Inputs are smaller battles that will take you to the front door of your main goal. They are vital to make things happen. We should understand that our desired outcomes or goals can sometimes be changed, maybe into something bigger and grander than what we started with. It could also be simpler. However, inputs should stay focused and unchanging. Maybe most of you are surprised and confused about this part. You see, extraordinary success requires a major shift in our mindsets. It's easy to desire a certain thing, but the path towards it may require extra hard work. Unfortunately, because we get blinded by the vision of our end goal, we forget to plan the process. When this happens, your goal is nothing more than a daydream. Bear in mind, a dream without action is only a fantasy. For example, if you want to generate a large sum of money, instead of focusing on how much money would be enough, where you are going to store it, or where you are going to spend it, you should focus on the deliberate plan on how you are going to achieve that amount of money. You should look for things that will help you make money and also ways to grow and keep them. Observing the majority of lottery winners may help us understand the importance of the idea of inputs over outputs. According to studies, 70% of people who gain wealth from winning a lottery eventually went broke. That is a huge discrepancy compared to those who maintain their wealth after winning. The reason why they end up spending and losing their money too soon is that they achieve the output without the inputs. They gain money without learning how to keep them and generate more. The lack of action and the step-by-step process doomed them to fail in the end. If you still don't believe me, let's examine another scenario. Let's imagine that one day you magically woke up in Leonardo DiCaprio's body on his bed at his mansion. You suddenly have his looks, his money, his fame, and even his trophy from the Oscars. However, in this scenario, you remain to feel like yourself. The same thoughts, memories, skills, and talent as before you were Leo. How long do you think it would last before you lose all the benefits that come from being a Hollywood A-lister? I'm sure you'll have different answers depending on the inputs you initially had. Maybe if you were having acting lessons before, you may keep it longer. If you didn't have any background similar to Leo, you may find it harder to maintain being him. Do you see? If you fail to have the same skills that you work hard for, like his mastery and dedication to his craft, you'll eventually lose. At worst, you'll eventually hate being him. The main point is that we should not look too far ahead and advance to the outcome. We should take the necessary inputs along the way. After all, the reward is more satisfying when we work hard for it. Now, to avoid misunderstanding, let me remind you that setting your desired outcomes is not the problem. After all, we all have goals and the desire for a better life. I am merely trying to emphasize that if we use the wrong way to set our goals, it can have devastating results. Instead, wise efforts and detailed planning will get you nearer to them. You have to view your goals as a guide that will remind you about what you're working for. It is merely an endpoint. Your goal is the destination, so you'll have to put in the work to prepare for the tedious journey. Go ahead and get your favorite beverage and popcorn, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications. Are you productively working or are you just busy? In order to determine if your efforts are productive, you should examine your inputs. Inputs have traits that you have to remember to avoid being busy without meaningful results. The first is that they are binary. There should not be a middle ground where mediocrity could linger. It's either do it excellently or don't do it at all. Subpar work quality will just keep you busy without achieving anything important. You should determine your most strategic starting point, then place your end point. Everything you do in between should not be below your best. Secondly, inputs should be based on a clear and defined process. They should follow an effective formula. An example of this is the overall production of our videos here in Enchanted Luxury Studio. As you can observe, the flow of our scripts has a definite structure. Even the aesthetic of our thumbnails is mostly coordinated with each other. It is necessary to maintain the most effective process to lessen the unnecessary effort of reinventing the formula every time. It helps to make things easier without sacrificing quality. The key is consistency. The third trait is clearly defined purpose. In order to avoid doing things just to get them done, you should make sure that their function is clear. Intelligently measured, analyzed, and examined plans will prevent you from acquiring workloads without purpose. Always remind yourself that every action you take should get you closer to your goal. Do not trap yourself in detours that will fail to deliver the value you need. Choosing the right basket to put your eggs in is equally important to the quality of your eggs. You should learn how to handle the right inputs. Lastly, it is imperative to stick to your consistent schedule. I advise you to schedule daily. I know that you think that it's too much work, but I swear that it will be worth it in the end. Maintaining a regular schedule will help you build disciplines and patience. All of these qualities will eventually prepare you for the success you will achieve. This is the right time to remind you that your journey will not be easy. But then again, if it's easy, everyone will do it. I'm sure you are not just everyone. When the time comes that everything feels repetitive and impossible, you have to endure. In fact, it is crucial to hold on stronger during times when it feels like you're not achieving the prize you long for. When you trust the process, significant outcomes will eventually reward you. Do not forget that inputs can be achieved through your own efforts and physical actions. So if you trust yourself to endure, we see no reason for you to fail. Thank you for spending some time with us today. We hope that this video will help you set goals that will lead you to your success. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. If you like this video, don't forget to leave a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Thanks for watching.